Hey, okay, so on lesson three, we are now talking about the properties of limits, okay? And I don't think you're really going to be too surprised about what we find here. But the important thing to keep in mind is later on, there will be some rules that aren't exactly what you think they should be. All right, but that's not the case here. All right, on the limits, everything's pretty much what you would expect. All right, if you have a constant value and you ask about x when there is no x, well, it has to be that constant value. Okay, I mean, if you're just talking about a horizontal line, it doesn't matter what x is; it's always that. The limit's always that. Nothing can change it. Okay, so then on two, similarly, you if you just have x and you could substitute in, there's not going to be any surprises there. So you just substitute in c, whatever it may be. If the limit is of x as x approaches 5, it's going to be 5. All right, so you just substitute in. All right, and then we had this, they call it the coefficient rule. The limit of a constant multiplied by the function is the same as the constant factored out, if you will, times the limit of the function. All right, and this one is sum and difference. The limit of a sum is the sum of the limits. All right, so you can just do them in any order you like. All right, so of course the evaluating part would be easier to do in this format. Okay, same thing with product, same thing with quotient, same thing with raising to a power. If I'm asked the limit of a function raised to a power, I can find the limit of the function itself and then raise to the power later. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. All right, likewise here, composition. The limit of a composition you can find by finding the limit of the inner part, the g of x in this case, and then find the function value at that value. Okay, and then same thing with any sort of root. Okay, the limit of a root would be the root of the limit. Okay, so it may be easier then to find the limit value and then take the root, whatever it may be. Okay, and then down here is just talking about, well, pretty much what we just said. All right, so let's get straight into some examples here. All right, so all right, if I'm asked the limit as x approaches 3 from the right of the sum, then what I can do is I can break it apart. All right, so let's say we'll write it. That is frozen, and it is frozen again. All right, let me change it. Awkward silence. Okay, here we go. No, still not working.